So, sports ball's been kind of crazy lately, huh?
That's an understatement.
A lot of upsets and shit.
Deserve.
But before we get into the sports ball talk that I totally know 100% and isn't just going to let Arturo take the lead on it, who are we again? Well, it's us, you boys, your midnight tokers, the people that appear in your dreams whenever you needed wisdom. The last part is nebulous and may not be true, but hey, we don't know what the fuck you people dream about. You could be dreaming of whatever the fuck, and, you know, it always makes sense.
Yeah, if you see me in your dreams, just know it's fucking special. I don't be showing up for nobody.
All right. Anyway, it's your boy, Clay Pachi Poch.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the host with the most, Mr. Smoke a Lot of Pot. Get your baby mama hot, Arturo.
Yes. And given on sports ball, or since we already started with sports ball, we got a lot to talk about, so we're just going to go right into sports segment. Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-da. World Cup time is happening now. Whoa, my God. It's a bunch of fucking soccer balls getting kicked around the court by a bunch of dudes who are probably sweating their asses off.
Not a court, but a field.
Oh, yeah, sorry. See, I totally know what I'm talking about, guys. Anyway, would you like to bring that up? How is the World Cup this year in the in the nation of Qatar?
Well, Qatar is the first host country to be eliminated from the World Cup in just 2 games.
So what you're saying is it's going great for them.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, they're out. Oh man. I wish I could be watching all of them, but I literally watched like three out of the. Let's go 2.5 out of 4, because we don't got cable, so I'll be going to my parents' house to watch these games. Yeah, the first game's always at 2 a.m. and then it's like 4:30. The second game, and then at 8, third, and then 11 o'clock for the fourth game. So there's always 4 games for each day. I literally have like half of this board just covered in scores.
Yeah, for those who, you can't see it obviously, but we have a whiteboard, which I love. I just love looking at it because I want to just fill it up with a bunch of stupid bullshit. But we have a bunch of segments for, obviously the shit we talk about. We got a segment for video games, which we're going to get to later. Sports, music, anime and manga, and movies and TV. And all of sports has taken over all of music and like a quarter of the anime board. So, yeah, a lot of scores on that board, a lot of numbers, a lot of countries. One word that says pain under Iran versus Wales. I'm sure you're going to get to that. But yeah, that's what our board looks like. So we've been taken over by sports this week, whether you like it or not.
Well, I have. But let's go. Yeah, let's just dive right in. So the first half has just pretty much been the first week of this World Cup. So Ecuador beat Qatar in their opening. This has single-handedly been the best Ecuadorian team, to history. These are, the best Ecuadorian team I've seen, all my life. Shout out to them. Pretty much, 75% of that roster are from the Mexican League, so...
You're welcome.
Yeah. we buy the fuck out of Ecuadorians. They're savages. In a good way.
Wait, did you just say we buy the fuck out of Ecuadorians?
Yeah, like the Mexican League.
I know, that sounds... Just the fact saying, we bought some Ecuadorians sounds bad without context.
If you have no sports knowledge,
yeah.
I guess.
Me.
England fucking fucked up Iran 6-2. This game was more anticipated for Team USA, a game they should have won, But, they choked. Shout out to Wales. Shout out to Gareth Bale, the hero of Wales.
Yeah.
Netherlands, Senegal. Netherlands won 2-0, which is surprising because that lineup, that whole roster is trash. And my biased opinion, my team is Mexico.
Do you have any? All right, let's say this. Pick your top 3 favorite teams you root for, including Mexico. Mexico's number 1, but what's 2 and 3 in case you need like a backup plan?
Well, Mexico's gonna get eliminated soon, unfortunately. But after Mexico's out, my teams that I root for is usually all the underdogs, all of them, and
That's nice.
yeah, literally all the African nations. I've been rooting for all of them. Uruguay, I fuck with my Uruguayans. I love Uruguay.
Even though your name is kind of unfortunate because people are dumb and say it wrong.
Yeah, but hey,
But it's
man,
also like at this point we haven't even like renamed Uranus at this point, so who gives a shit anymore?
they got 2 World Cups. Everyone else who doesn't have any can fuck off. Usually Brazil.
Brazil. It's Bob's Burgers reference for you guys. Watch Bob's Burgers.
Mexico tied with Poland our first games 0-0. Memo Ochoa, dude, blocked the greatest striker, Robert Lewandowski. Read him like a fucking book. Blocked that penalty. Fire. Fuck that ref in that game. He didn't call it a penalty for Mexico. We should have won that game. France fucked up Australia 4-1. Pretty cool. Reigning champs.
Oh, by the way, for those who want to know what my teams I root for during the World Cup, they're all of Arturo's teams. I'm the epitome of what you call a bandwagoner.
That's
I'm
fine.
here for a good time, not like I don't know shit, dude. I'm not even gonna pretend I know shit.
That's
I'm just
fine.
gonna root for whatever teams my friends are rooting for. We're the greatest, and everybody else is inferior.
Facts. The biggest upset of all of this whole tournament
So far.
Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. Oh, sorry, Argentinians. Argentina 2-1. Argentina is the favorite to win the World Cup this year, but I guess we'll see. Denmark, Tunisia. That's some fucking European country somewhere. At first I thought it was Turkey in Spanish, and I guess it's not, even though it has the similar Turkey flag, but I guess I'm wrong? I don't know. Sorry, Tunisia, if I'm hella mispronouncing
Feel
it.
free to correct us in the comments. We're not going to read them, but feel free.
Another giant upset. Japan beat Germany 2-1. That
Okay,
was fucking
I saw that
fire.
one because the memes were hilarious. Like, it was like, so there's an anime that I kind of want to check out now called Blue Lock, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a soccer anime, and like people are just saying like Blue Lock came to life in that fucking game, so that's got me interested. I did see the goals. That shit was fire, bro. Like goddamn, that shit was cool to look at. And then like, oh, the other meme, my other favorite meme was just the fucking Erwin from Attack on Titan being the fucking coach of the Japanese team, just being like, my soldiers rage before they do the fucking
The raid.
the not suicide charge. You know, well, okay, for context, watch Attack on Titan. I'm not gonna go into that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later when season 4, part 3, the final one this time, we swear guys, comes out. But back to sports.
The giant fucking not upset.
Who could have seen this coming?
Yeah, Spain won 7-0 against Costa Rica. Yikes.
That's like, because like I see all these other numbers on the board, and the only other score so far to go that high is England against Iran was 6-2. But this is literally like 7-0. Like that's kind of sad.
Yeah, Mexico is well known for having a 7-0 fucking blowout. Bastards. Hey, Chile's not in the fucking World Cup, so I don't know. I guess
They're not?
nah, they choked.
Oh, they were in, but they got eliminated?
No, they didn't even make the qualifiers.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah, before you even go to the World Cup, you got to do the World Cup qualifiers.
I see.
Yeah, so you got to beat out all the shitty teams and the good teams to even like get your spot selected. This one was a disappointing one. Oh no, I skipped another one from the first week. My bad. Belgium, Canada. Belgium won 1-0 to, and I saw that was like I think that was my first legit full World Cup match I've seen this World Cup. My first one was the USA Wales game. I saw like the second half only, but yeah, Canada really outplayed Belgium. They should have won that game, but choked. Morocco, Croatia, those guys tied their first game. There we go, the disappointing one. Switzerland, Cameroon. It said Switzerland won 1-0. I was rooting for.
Okay, because I thought for a second the way you wrote it was like 21-0.
Yeah, no. I don't know how to spell Switzerland. So
You just put Switz.
Yeah, Switz. And then, yeah. And then
To
Uruguay.
be honest, that board's already getting pretty full. You need to shorten that shit.
Uruguay, South Korea, they ended up 0-0. Uruguay just somehow couldn't finish that game, unfortunately. And this one was fucking fire. Portugal, Ghana. Shout out to Ghana, bro. Motherfucking underdogs. Oh, man. Ghana could have fucking broken Portugal's heart and ended it with a fucking tie, bro. One of the Ghanan players was like all the way back, like pretty much behind the goalkeeper, just watching him, just waiting for him like to kick off the ball, you know. But if he's not paying attention and he already like touches it, it's already like the game is on. Like you can't. He like snuck right behind him, bro. Stole the ball. And he slipped, dude. He fucking slipped. And he kicked it and it hella went out, not even close to the goal. It went outside, you know. Or out of bounds, my bad. And that was like literally the last possession of the game. And Portugal won 3-2. And then this next game, Brazil-Serbia. That one was probably been my favorite football match so far. Brazil, man, that fucking game was beautiful. Casemiro, bro, did a chilena, bro. He fucking set it up for himself perfectly with a centro, bro. Toma la pura madre, way. Fucking mwah. Beautiful goal, dude. That shit was fire as fuck. Neymar is injured. He's going to be missing these two next Brazil games that they have. But even though without Neymar, Brazil can still win it without him. Qatar is officially out of the World Cup. Talked about that. Netherlands, Ecuador. Fuck that ref, man. Ecuador got robbed. I don't know how the fuck they called an offsides when literally everybody and their mama from both teams was in the goalie box. And to be offsides, 3 defenders of the opposing team has to be behind one attacker from the opposing team. But if everybody and their mama's in the box, how's that an offsides? It was just ridiculous, man. Shitty. There's been shitty fucking calls this tournament, unfortunately. Shout out to Ecuador, man. They fucking gave everything that game. They should have won 2-1. A very anticipated game, USA versus England, turned out to be kind of boring. I was just kind of like, blah. USA should have won that game too.
You just wanted to see the whites kill each other, didn't you?
I plead the 5th. Yeah, dude, that shit was... Christian Pulisic, man. He was on par that game. He almost scored, dude. It was straight balls de la madre, bro. It was like clank. I ended up in a draw. Iran, dude, pulled a little sneak, bro. Beat Wales 2-0. Next match, it's gonna be USA and Iran, and USA has to win to advance. And then fuck.
It's okay. You're in a safe place. You can talk about it.
The most fucking... This one... I should blame myself.
For getting your hopes up.
A little bit.
But, like, come on. This has been, like, the most upsetting, or not upsetting, but, like, the most upsets in any fucking World Cup.
It's been crazy, dude. Anything that is possible, man. But, the dreaded match, I was dreading when we got pulled in for the group stages, man. Mexico, Argentina. Mexico got their fucking ass kicked 2-0. And the losing streak against Argentina just continues. I think we're 0-5 now against them in the World Cup. Every time we've been paired against them, we've always lost. Our first matchup against them was like in the 1940s, I think. They kicked their ass 6-3, and then we lost 2-1. 2010, 3-1. We luckily actually didn't get paired with them in 2018, but we still lost to fucking Sweden. But Mexico still has a chance to advance. We have to score 3 goals against Saudi Arabia. And I think Poland has to beat or either tie Argentina to also advance, for Mexico to advance. So, yay.
Some of us might be sad next time we come back, or we might be happy. You'll see.
It's whack, dude. It's fucking, our fucking coach is a fucking worthless fuck. He does not watch no Mexican League games. He's not even fucking Mexican, bro. We're literally the only country in this fucking tournament
that doesn't have a coach with, like,
from their own country.
No.
And Tata, bitch boy, is Argentinian. So within the...
Wait, the coach is Argentinian?
Yeah, our Mexico's coach is Argentinian.
Well, there's your problem. He's sabotaging them.
Oh, Clay, thank you for bringing up that word, sabotage. Because, if you guys didn't know, I am a beautiful, handsome Mexican man. And I follow the Mexican League subreddit, you know, because I like the Mexican League.
Yeah, that's what Reddits are for.
It's fucking great. It makes me happy there's a bunch of other people here in America who are Mexican and maybe, like, other parts of the world where they're living at the time being. Fucking just, I don't know, man. I think you just gotta be Mexican to fucking fully, thoroughly enjoy the Mexican League subreddit. But as you can tell, we are fucking furious, upset. We're pretty much just going through the whole stages of denial. But yeah, there's been just pictures like from Mexico's coach El Tata, like hella being like buddy with like after yesterday's game with Argentina's head coach just being like, oh hey, what's up, dude? You know, I don't know. Sabotages would make a lot of sense. But, this guy...
We're saying allegedly, don't sue us.
This guy has not learned at all within these 3 years of being Mexico's head coach. He has not changed the fucking formation. He keeps calling up the same fucking dudes. Mexico is... We're the second nation in this tournament with the most, like, older players. Our players are, like, in their mid-30s, bro. Mexico's talent pool drying up.
What's the prime age range for good soccer players to you?
Prime age is literally, like, 18 through 25.
Really?
Yep.
That's pretty narrow.
And, like, it really depends on the player as well. Are they hungry enough to be the best player?
Do they have that Michael Jordan energy?
Do they have that Mamba mentality? Or when they do realize that they're, like... It all depends on players, you know? If you know you're the shit, you're going to be fucking paid very well. Very well. But if you get comfortable with that pay... then you just, in the end, you just become mediocre. And, you know, like, you can have all the accolades, but...
So what you're saying is that we shouldn't pay our players?
We should not overpay the Mexican League players
for doing a shitty job.
because they just settle for mediocrity, bro. That's what fucking all boils down to. And it sucks, dude, because the Mexican League is corrupt as fuck. Oh, who would have thought the Mexican League's corrupt? The fucking federation, our national team.
I can't believe it. I'm flabbergasted.
Right? Our national team is fucking corrupt, dude. We only give a fuck about sales. Selling tickets, selling concessions, selling gear. But when it comes to calling up the fight, when you get called up for the national team, bro, that's a fucking honor, bro. You're representing your whole country, your style of football, your passion, your fucking dedication to the sport, dude. This football is, to me, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful sports ever. It's like dancing, bro. There's flow, there's rhythm, and you, like, if you don't know soccer, football, then you might not know what I'm talking about. But when I see these games, bro, oh man, it's a work of art for me. But fucking A, man, everyone's pissed off, bro. And it sucks because, like, our fucking tournament for North America is called the CONCACAF, the Gold Cup. And here is the pecking order. Mexico, USA, Canada, all the rest of the Central American teams. Doesn't matter who. And I speak from the bottom of my heart. To all my other Spanish-speaking countries, I fucking love you. I love you with all my heart, man. And it's understandable for the Central American teams to hate Mexico. Well, how could you root for someone who always kicks your ass? And also, like, the inner, like, racism between there, you know, because the Central American the Central American countries have to go through Mexico to get to USA. And they deal with some fucking, like, racism shit. And it's unfortunate, dude. Like, Mexico's fucking, like, the commercials you see, like, in Mexico, dude, you would think that you're in Europe, dude. Because it's just pure light-skinned people, dude. And dark-skinned people are mistreated everywhere in this world, which is very unfortunate and fucked up. But yeah, man, for Mexico to be great, we need to have a scorched earth.
Pull it out from the roots.
Everything. The Mexican League and the national team. Just start from there. Just fucking start from scratch, dude. That's literally the only way.
What you're saying is let you do it.
Me and trusted colleagues that I know we can do this.
Not me.
Not me. Fuck, dude.
Not me. I have no idea what's going on.
Sorry, guys, for that whole fucking soliloquy on Mexico. These fuckers, I love them, but they piss me off. Let's see.
You're like fucking Helga from Hey Arnold. Like, I love you, but I hate you, but I love you.
It's a never-ending struggle.
I know.
The reigning champs won yesterday, 2-1 against Denmark. Denmark fucking tied it, which was fire. And then, Kylian Mbappe, bro, has tied Pele for the most goals a single player can have in the World Cup just in general before the age of 24. So he tied Pele with 7 goals.
Nice.
Yeah, that's fucking fire.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah. Poland, you fucks. You guys fucked us for beating Saudi Arabia. You guys had to tie or lose for us to be in the safe water.
Now we're literally like on the fucking end of the, what do they call, like on a pirate ship, the fucking plank.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like literally
we're
like
walking the plank. We're literally about to go overboard.
What team is holding the fucking sword against your back, telling you to get off?
What team? Argentina, because they fucking kicked their asses.
Right.
Another giant.
Captain Argentina.
All right, man. Messi's the GOAT. I fuck with Messi hard. But I'm always going to root for Mexico. I can give a fuck. If you're against Mexico, then you're my enemy. Other giant upset. Morocco beat the Red Devils Belgium 2-0. And the first goal was in the second half. Like minute 50 something, I'm assuming. Or I think. Last time I checked. Anyways. And then the dagger was literally minute 94, dude, of the 95 minutes that were given in the second half. Shout out to Croatia. They kicked Canada's ass 4-1. Canada finally scored their first goal in the World Cup in 36 years. But I guess the best Canadian national team that they ever had didn't live up to the hype, because Canada is officially eliminated from the World Cup after their loss against Croatia 1-4. Yeah. Costa Rica beat Japan 1-0. So a crappy team from the CONCACAF has more points than the three giants of the CONCACAF. So that's if that isn't poetic irony, I don't know what is. And this last game I just finished watching before we started recording. It's been like an hour. 2 hours. 2:30?
But yeah, we're at like 2:42 right now.
Yeah, it's been like about an hour since we started, or 42 minutes since we started recording.
No, it's actually been like 26 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm bad at math.
You're good.
Yeah.
It's the weekend. It's been Thanksgiving. We're all tired and ready to go back to work, or like not ready, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, back to the grind tomorrow, guys.
What are you gonna do?
Spain Germany game. This one was a very excuse me. Oof, Jesus. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. Whoops. Spain Germany game was a very anticipated game today. Great game. It was fucking fire. Spain dominated the whole game. Man. If there's one thing about soccer that I love when a motherfucker is fast. I just love when they fucking just
Gotta go fast.
take off, bro. I fucking love that. I love when that shit happens.
What player is that? It's Barry Allen. Followed up by Wally West.
Germany was actually, I don't know, I wouldn't say robbed, because, you know, we have VAR technology. But Germany actually scored in the first half, but it was ruled an offside, so it didn't count. But in the end, Germany came back, dude, and tied the game. So that was a fucking good game. Yeah, I think that's it for sports, Clay.
Yeah? What about that one at the top above the World Cup shit?
The word or the sentence?
No, just like I'm pointing like right at it for people who don't know what's going on.
Oh.
I'm talking about the Lakers.
Oh! Okay. Oh, Lakers are on a 4-1 streak right now.
I feel like we just
Yeah, we're
just
literally
like
on a 2-game winning streak. Or out of the last 5 games we played, we have won 4-1. It could have been a clean sweep, like a straight 5-game winning streak, but we lost to the Phoenix Suns. They're number 2 in the West, so. And we didn't go out like no bitches either. We lost by 10 points. That's still like a deficit, but not like a giant one that we've been known to fucking lose by.
Yeah.
So we lost to the second best team in the West. We actually had them scared for their money for a little bit, dude. We were winning in the first half, you know, and then in the end, just outplayed us. But yeah, 7-11. Yes, sir.
More sports talk to come in the next podcast. Probably. Well, how long is the World Cup going on again? How many
months?
Oh, so yeah, we're gonna probably be talking about this next month, and it probably still won't be over by not next month, but like in 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll see. But damn, that was a lot of sports. That was like 30 minutes. That's almost like gonna be half the episode.
I think
I better find a good sports name for this episode.
I'll help you with that.
Thank you.
Maybe because of like that fucking 20-minute like soliloquy about my fucking passions and the problems of the Mexican national team and the Mexican League. But that's okay.
No, fuck everybody else's team. It's our teams that matter.
Mi raza, te amo tanto con todo mi corazón, bro. A toda madre, güey, ya tú sabes.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway. So that's it for sports talk. Da-na-na, da-na-na, World Cup time, da-na-na. See, what do I want to talk about on this board? I guess I'll just start with like the one thing I have under anime because it's just a show I've been watching. I've been watching this show called SSSS Gridman. That's 4 S's plus Gridman. Not the plus though. Don't put the plus in if you're looking this shit up. It is quite nice. I like it a lot. I'm 4 episodes in. It's a Trigger anime. And if you guys know Trigger, they do Kill la Kill, they do Gurren Lagann.
I'm glad you said that because I was just question marks over my head. I'm like, what the fuck's the Trigger anime?
Yeah, no, it's Trigger the studio.
Ooh, yeah, I've heard that before.
They also like the cyberpunk anime we still need to watch.
Representation.
Yeah.
The main dude is Mexican. What a bitch.
Yeah.
Out of the 2 Mexican representation. 3.
There's a couple.
There's a couple.
There's Chad from fucking
Chad
Bleach.
is like the savage from Bleach. He's Mexican and is dope. Just because he's Mexican and he's a dope character.
I remember Damian when he was first watching Bleach. He was like, when he heard Chad say "My abuela," he's like, "That's me."
Yeah, I know, representation, bro.
Anyway, but yeah, SSS Gridman is a mecha show, which is similar to some other stuff they've been doing. They did Girl Lagann, they did Darling in the Franxx and shit like that. This one, So here's the thing. I like Sentai shit. I like this stupid Power Rangers bullshit. We got sad Power Rangers news here in a little bit, but I want to talk about that one at the very end because I don't want to bum everybody out. If you know, you know. But we'll get to it later. Yeah. But I know Super Sentai shit. I think Gridman, was it something that existed? Maybe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this anime is basically this kid wakes up. I think his name's Yuta or Hibiki or whatever the fuck. Well, it's Yuta Hibiki, but they go back and forth with what they call him. And he wakes up with total amnesia, not knowing what the fuck is going on. And then him and his 2 friends, well, one of them is kind of like a friend. Well, one is a friend, one's a girl, but she becomes a part of the crew because she knows machines and shit. And he basically gets in contact with Gridman, which is a fucking, the thing of the show. It's like a robot he fuses into. And then he takes on a fucking kaiju in the middle of the city, destroys everything. It destroys their school and shit. And then the next day, it's all back to normal. Nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about except for, the 3 main dudes. Or 2 main dudes and 1 girl.
That reminds me of how Kenny from South Park dies all the time and then nobody remembers.
Exactly. And this is the weird shit. The people that died stay dead, but everybody believes they've been dead for years. They go to, this girl that used to go to the class with them who was in the volleyball club, and then they go to their place and they say, "What are you talking about? Our daughter's been dead since middle school," even though they just talked to her yesterday and they're in high school, so that shit doesn't make any goddamn sense.
That's right. That's not right. That's wild.
That's wild. So they're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, what is what's causing this. There's a girl who also goes to school with them who might be actually is, because she's the one. I'm 4 episodes in. She's basically the one making these monsters. But for what reason, I don't fucking know.
Just want to be a bitch?
I guess so. She is kind of a bitch. Just really gleeful about all this shit. It's a fucking game. So that disturbs me a little bit. But yeah, 4 episodes in. Animation's really good. I like the characters. I think the voice acting's great. Yeah. Once I finish it, I'll update you guys next week on my full thoughts. But yeah, SSS Gridman, it's pretty good so far. That's literally all we have under anime, except for all the other sports shit we had to mudge on that board. So, yeah. You were watching Uzaki-chan. Just more hijinks.
Yeah.
Did you finish it? Is it done yet?
Nah, I'm literally halfway through episode 9 that just dropped a couple days ago, I'm assuming.
Yeah. If you like hijinks and nice rom-com animes, there you go. Okay, so on to video games. I got a couple things on that board. I'm actually going to go from the bottom up because that last one I kind of want to talk about a little bit. So, actually I'll go in the middle because, you guys can't see the board. Doesn't matter. But I just want to say...
New Pokemon game is out.
And it's certainly something. The videos have been funny if you guys have been watching that shit.
They've been fucking funny.
And I've been talking to some friends who've been playing it, and they say that
It's good.
It's good.
Besides the bugs
And the performance and shit. It's just like, goddamn, guys, can't you people give this more time? For fuck's sake.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I get it.
RTS like just dropped this earlier.
Yeah, in January, literally, and this one's out in November. That's like not even a full year.
Yeah.
And like, get it. There's like sub studios. Like, there's deadlines to meet too, because they got to get the merchandise out for like the anime, the plushes, the trading card game. It's just so much. But like, literally, it's Pokemon. People are gonna buy it anyway. This is proven because like this game has fucking outsold the last Pokemon games.
And it's fucked up.
Yeah. So guys, it will sell. Even if you gotta delay it, it will sell.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
I feel like, you got like, I want a game like just like say like there's one that's 5-player. I want it.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, and then like let's say the studio's like, oh shit.
There's some unforeseen circumstances. We want to give you guys the best experience. We gotta delay it by a couple months.
A couple months.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah, I'll be like, fuck, man.
There can be a case where it's like,
whack. But I'd rather it's in the end out of like all products in general, I prefer quality over quantity.
Exactly.
I feel like that should be in everything. But like
exactly, and like they can't not know that it looks or it's running like shit.
Uh-huh.
They had that's the other thing. They had to have known, but they still released it. And like they're probably gonna be rolling out patches, and once that happens, I'll go see it. It's like the same thing with Cyberpunk. Once they finish patching that shit, then I'll go watch. Like I'm not. That's the thing I hate. I'm not waiting for a game to eventually become good. Just have it release good, and then the updates should just make it better. You know what I mean? And I get it. Cyberpunk, after the anime came out, it kind of got more popular, and people were like, well, why were people complaining about this game? It actually is pretty good. Yeah, because you weren't there at the beginning, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like probably going to be same like this. Like we can look down years down the line and be like, oh, this is the best Pokemon game of that generation or that console. Why the fuck was everybody pissed? It's because it looked like shit. We have fucking evidence that it looked like shit.
Yeah.
And ran like shit. Well, it doesn't look like shit, but it ran like shit.
Yeah.
We haven't played it, obviously, so, take for that what you will. But there's plenty of fucking footage to show that it's not just a one-person thing. It's literally like everybody. So if you are enjoying it, we're not trying to put you down or anything. We're just asking that you ask for better.
Yeah.
Like, you deserve better.
And thank you for letting us know how the game is.
Yes.
Like, overall, I hear it's good. It's just, like...
Yeah, it's just God damn it, man.
Yeah.
But it's all right. We'll once we do dive into those games, we'll talk about it more. But yeah, I literally have it like Pokemon bugs and Pokemon glitches on there. So that's just me being a little shit. But yeah, that's it. And then thing under that is some news. I don't think I talked to you about this situation. Mick Gordon versus Bethesda.
You don't know who that is.
I will explain to you. So Mick Gordon is one of the more, I don't know the word I'm looking for, prolific. I mean, he's worked on a shit ton of games. This dude has made the sound.
He's known in the video.
Yes, he's a very.
Is what you're saying.
Yes,
okay.
He's a guy who makes really good music. It's like I don't think music you would listen to like on your own, but like definitely some bops. Like he made the Doom soundtrack, like the new Doom games, the ones like the ones they made recently, like Doom and Doom Eternal. He made the soundtrack to both of those. He made the soundtrack to Killer Instinct, the fighting game, which is why I love those fucking games. Soundtracks so goddamn much. God, dude, like, I'm not even kidding. Sometimes I just have those themes playing in the background. Spinal's theme, bro. If you guys know, you know, but yeah. No, but like, so here's what happened. When Doom Eternal released back a couple years ago, part of the special edition was a soundtrack, add-on. Or like not a soundtrack add-on, like a soundtrack to go with the special edition that you can listen to these songs standalone. It sounded like ass.
It was like the music in general.
Yes. And we didn't really know why. Like it didn't sound to quality like the game sound. Like in the game of Doom Eternal, all the music sounded fine. But when they had to compress it or do whatever the fuck for the soundtrack, it didn't sound as right. It sounded like not great.
What is going on?
Well, we didn't know at the time, but then Marty, like I forgot what his name is, like Marty Strutt, I think, came out. He was like a executive at Bethesda and id Software. Bethesda is the parent company. id Software is the one that made it. But this ties into both Bethesda because you'll see here in a second. But Marty basically came out and said, yeah, it was all Mick's fault, essentially. Like, he was really hard to work with. He was just, like unprofessional and stuff. And, like that's why the soundtrack came out bad. And he did, let me say this real quick. He said this on Reddit. On fucking Reddit. And let me tell you this also. He didn't give any evidence to that. But Mick Gordon didn't respond. So we just kind of had to take Marty's word for the time.
Yeah. Okay.
So a couple weeks ago, like 2 years after that release, Mick Gordon comes out with a 14,000 word response with receipts. Basically saying,
fuck you, you guys are liars.
Yeah, because like Marty lied, said that no, it was id and Bethesda with the unreasonable deadlines, and it hasn't even been fully paid for all his shit, for like the work he did. And he, I'm trying to remember the story, right? But
where's my money, bitch?
Yeah, exactly. But like he's not like that. But like, but he's just trying to clear the air because like the news, the story was like Mick Gordon's unprofessional, so like no one was hiring Mick Gordon at the time. You don't spend 2 years collecting receipts, and also you don't collect receipts if it's a good place to work at. You know what I mean? That's what you do when you're about to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So basically, he came out and said Marty's full of shit, gave receipts, like all these fucking text messages, all this shit, like literally evidence on fucking evidence, stacks on stacks on stacks.
It's good. It's safe to say that Mick had good tea.
Yeah, he spilled the tea, and he like
had them receipts too, bitch.
Yeah, and he even clarified that they offered him money to basically take the blame and shut up about it.
Wow, that's some hush money shit.
Yeah, and shout out to him, he didn't take it because why the fuck would I like ruin my reputation for this shit?
Yeah.
Like that's literally like me taking money to say I'm hard to work with. That's fucking ridiculous.
I would have told Bethesda to fucking give me the mills.
Yeah.
To take the fucking blame.
So yeah, he still hasn't really been fully paid for his work and shit.
That's lame.
So he came out and said that. But also, to Mick's credit, he said, I'm not saying this to attack Bethesda. I'm not saying this to start any fucking riots. He like clarified, do not go and review bomb Doom Eternal because a lot of really good people worked on this shit. Just because a bunch of bad executives who don't know what the fuck they were doing made my life living hell, doesn't mean that these people who worked their asses off on this game to make a fucking great game, and I can attest to that, Doom Eternal is fucking great. Do not, give shit, and do not harass people at Bethesda. I'm not doing this to, witch hunt anybody. I'm not doing this to get back at anybody. I'm doing this to clear my name and get the fucking real truth out there. Because I haven't been able to work. I've been stressed 24/7. And I've been harassed by this. So it sucks. But he class act, man. Mick came out, basically clarified all that. Wanted to just get his name cleared. Had the fucking receipts to do so. And then Bethesda's response was, fuck you, no, that didn't happen. We're not going to give any evidence, even though we say we have evidence, but, like, we're not going to show it, and how dare you, Mick? How dare you incite harassment against us? Even though it was your guy, Marty, that fucking started it. Where was that? Like Marty fucking didn't even respond for it itself. He responded as himself on fucking Reddit. And you guys are now saying, well, Mick's the one being unprofessional. Like, fuck you guys. Like, legit, fuck you, Bethesda. How dare you? He literally said in his shit that he didn't want anybody to be harassed. So, like, you're saying, like, oh, we've been, harassed. It's like, that's not even Mick's fault. It's like, what? You want to give him shit for putting the truth out there? And I'm sorry. Even now, I've checked before we did this. They have not given what their evidence is. They just said that. So, who am I going to believe? Bethesda's, like, fucking Twitter response with nothing to back it up and bullshit claims of harassment over Mick's 14,000 fucking word with receipts? Like, what? Where's the fucking logic in that? Even, like, people, even, like, game journalists and people are, like, in the gaming sphere who play Bethesda shit is like, dude, this is not a good look, guys. This is not how you should have responded to this shit. So...
aren't they already sus in general?
Yeah, here's the thing, man. After Doom Eternal, I have no interest in any Bethesda games, really. And I know, like, people say, like, oh, you boycott, and then, like, you're going to turn around. Like, I don't care about Bethesda games. I don't care about the new Fallout games. I really don't care about that series. If you like it, fine. But,
yeah,
like...
I don't give a fuck about Fallout.
Yeah.
I mean, played the games.
I played New Vegas. That shit was great. But
I heard that game is cool.
But even then, the developers on that got fucked over. Did I tell you about that story? In order to get their bonuses, they needed to receive an 85 Metacritic score. And they got it 84. And they said that wasn't good enough.
Damn.
Like literally 1 point below their fucking thing. And it's still a great game. And the best Fallout, modern Fallout, to this day, that people attest to. And they didn't get their bonuses.
Whack.
Yeah. So fuck Bethesda. Like, fuck these guys. They're a bunch of corporate greedy fuckheads. I'm sorry. I don't support this company. I don't give a shit about Starfield or whatever the fuck their new space game is. It's probably going to come out broken. Because that's how all their games come out these days. And I'm sorry. That's another thing. Stop making broken shit, Bethesda. Like, it's okay to have, like, some glitches and shit. But, like, literally, your shit always comes out broken as fuck. And it's up to modders to fucking fix that shit.
Modders are fucking dope.
Dude, shout out to modders, man.
They're fucking awesome, bro. Like the shit I've seen, it's literally like legit.
Dude, Anya and Spider-Man, that shit was
funny.
Like, clap to that guy. Good job,
Anya,
man.
a cute little girl in Anya's head. She's just doing all this badass shit.
Yeah.
This action fucking movie shit, bro.
Oh yeah, Spy X Family. That's another anime you've been watching. Still good.
Season 2 has been fire.
Still good.
Still good.
Good. But yeah. No, dude, it's just like, yeah, they literally gave no evidence. They still haven't. You know, let's be real. After the whole Helena Taylor Bayonetta shit, we should take everything at face value. You know, or not everything. No, that's not what I meant to say. We should be a lot more skeptical. That's like the exact opposite of what I meant to say. But we should. My brain's fucking fried, y'all. But we should be more skeptical and shit. But literally, Mick, 14,000 words, receipts against Bethesda's nothing response. Until like maybe there's a bombshell thing they're gonna reveal.
Oh man.
But like I
kind of believe Bethesda.
Yeah, I know, right? As you hold your Vault Boy body pillow.
Right.
Yeah. No, shout out to Mick Gordon, though, for being a class act. I'm glad he's got his reputation back. You know, I still love his music.
I would have been petty, but shout out to you for not being petty.
You know, hopefully we get more great jams from you. Hopefully you find a better studio that actually appreciates your fucking talents. Because it's always like executives who don't understand what the fuck is the development's like.
And that goes for like not just gaming, like literally
everything. Every fucking thing.
Why do you think inflation? We're still in a recession.
Dude, I hear like railroads might shut down again because they won't give them the fucking reasonable pay they deserve.
Yikes.
I'm starting to think billionaires might be ruining the world, guys. Yeah. So
tangent, yeah, like these fucking corporations are fucking demanding revenue, but like not putting shit out.
Yeah, where's it all going? To the top. Like literally to the guys. And then their people get paid like shit. And you're surprised that no one wants to work.
Yeah, dude, like during this whole pandemic, this is like...
And let's be real. People are just lazy as fuck sometimes. Yeah. Some people just don't want to work.
Complete side tangent.
But there's a big difference between not wanting to work and not wanting to work for a shitty company.
Or shitty pay or not even like... We're all human beings, bro. Yeah, you know, we have to work, unfortunately. Supply and demand.
And we're lucky enough to work both of us work shitty fucking jobs until we were able to find something that we both like. And that's not the case for everybody. I get that.
Yeah, dude. I fucking had to work 3 miserable years at a place I fucking hated.
Same.
It sucked.
Yeah.
And it really shows, like, you do sell your soul for a fucking salary.
Yeah.
Just that. You can climb the corporate ladder. But in the end, if you lose your soul and gain everything.
What was it worth?
What was it worth?
Like, who taught us that? Mordecai from the regular show movie.
He's an influence. But that's to me as well. Whether, you know what I mean? But fucking A. Corporation made more money during the whole pandemic. So, and why are people losing their businesses? Why are they losing their jobs? Why can't they have a...
Oh my God, I just remembered something. I was talking to my dad.
Stable income.
I was talking to my dad yesterday, and he was asking me, like, you know, like, is your job good? You're not going to get laid off or anything? I'm like, no. I'm like, it's literally only a couple of people that work there. There's not much to lay off and shit like that. No, we're good. And he's like, good, because I heard like a furniture store fired, and this is coming from my dad, so if I'm wrong, blame him. Love you, Dad. I love you, Dad.
Yeah, this is small town politics.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was in the small town. It was just like he was reading a story where like a furniture company fired, and this is where I'm kind of fucking up because I don't remember what he said right. It's either 2,700 or 27,000 people that got laid off over text on fucking Thanksgiving.
Nah, dude.
Fuck you.
I would have burned that fucking furniture.
That's what I cannot stand that modern companies will go with the, we're a family, we're a team, we support each.
Once they say we're a family, I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
We are not a fucking family, bro.
You are my boss and I'm an employee. And I get it, you want to have a tight-knit community, that's fine. But like literally, like what I'm trying to say is you say like we're a family, we're a team, we support each other, and then you don't even have the common fucking decency to tell people they don't have a job in person.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely go fuck yourself if you do that shit. That's like beyond like, that's not even like human. That's like just greed in general. That's so beyond like just basic human emotion.
Yeah.
Or empathy, I mean.
And the thing about being greedy is you give a little, you take a little, never greedy.
Yeah.
It's just we all gotta eat, bro. We all want to support our family. We all want to fucking live our lives, do good, and coexist. That's what it really is on this earth. But materialism, evilness, greediness, corporations, our planet's dying. But hey, man, I don't know.
We'll see.
What the fuck do I know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's all I want to say on the Mick Gordon shit. Shout out to Mick Gordon. Fuck Bethesda. That's been my stance for a while now. Anyway, on to the last thing I got under video games. And this is more of a shout out to a creator I really like. But goddamn, man, he made such a great video that I really think people should check out. If you just want to, like, even if you don't give a shit about video games, if you like rabbit holes, like just falling down a fucking weird rabbit hole of like what the fuckness, I cannot recommend H Bomber Guy's new video, roblox.mp3.oof. And I know that sounds really weird, but let me tell you about this, Ortero, because I haven't shown you this shit yet. This video, he claimed, like, this video started off as H Bomber Guy wanting to know where the origins of the oof sound effect from Roblox was. You know, like the oof. No, it's more like a child going like oof. Like that shit. You've heard it before.
I know the Roblox sound. It's one of my favorite sounds.
Yeah.
Next to Steve's.
Yeah.
From Minecraft.
Yeah. So it started off as that. He usually makes longer videos, but he wanted to make a shorter one to let people know, like, hey, I'm still doing shit, I'm here, And then he went a little too deep and into finding who the guy who made the fucking sound.
Now I'm scared, dude. The way Clay's facial.
Okay, whoa. It's not like he got into any trouble, but what he found was this dude, Tommy Tallarico. Tommy Tallarico is a guy who claims that he made the oof sound effect.
Cap?
Everything Tommy Tallarico says is a fucking lie.
Cap.
Literally, H Bomber Guy spends 2 hours. This is an hour and 57-minute video. About 2 hours breaking down every single fucking lie this guy is told in the video game industry. This guy is a video game, like, he makes music. He has his own studio, Tommy Tallarico Studios. He says he has 7 Guinness World Records. He says his house, his like mansion, has been shown on MTV Cribs. All of that is complete, utter bullshit. Arturo,
I'm glad you said that because
as soon as I said Cribs, I knew you would fucking.
I fucking watched the fuck out of Cribs when I was
okay, thank God. Kid. I thought you would watch Cribs.
I fucking loved MTV Cribs.
Arturo, what kind of people were on Cribs?
Rappers, athletes, rock stars. Yeah.
Yeah. You know who else was on MTV Cribs? Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk was on MTV Cribs.
And you know who's not going to be on MTV Cribs? The guy that made the sound effects, or made, air quotes, the sound effects for his fucking game. No one gives a shit about your fucking house, Tommy. Not MTV Cribs. Like, literally, this dude like had people come in like do house tours because he is kind of a pseudo celebrity in the game industry.
Okay.
And he re-uploaded it saying it was MTV Cribs, and no one checked because if something's easy to check, apparently people don't do it. That's literally what H Bomber guy says in the video. He went in, checked it out, never on Cribs.
I have a question. Is Tommy Tallarico white?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, no, like
You ain't on no Cribs.
Yeah, he lied. He lies about a lot. Like the Guinness World Records, says he has 7. A bunch of them are just like old records, and then the updated ones tagged along with it. And even then, they're all kind of bullshit because he keeps saying like they're different records, even though they're, say something different. He literally holds one up, pretends to read it, and then in the shot where it's like showing all the records, you can see what frame he's holding, and it doesn't even say that on there. Like literally, like holy shit, dude, and like. It's insane, bro. This dude is insane because you are successful. You have a success. You have a fucking god-awful, ugly house that, is filled with shit you love. And you still feel the need to fucking lie. Like, just lie. He said he worked hand in hand with Shigeru Miyamoto on the development of Metroid Prime. No, the fuck you didn't. Miyamoto doesn't even know who
this guy just gives me Herschel Walker vibes.
No. Who's a better comparison? Butch Hartman.
Oh yeah, he's a capper.
Yeah, like for real, bro. Like if you see Tommy Tallarico and Butch Hartman, if I show you Tommy Tallarico and didn't tell you, I think for a second you would think it's Butch Hartman because they look a lot alike and they talk a lot alike.
I would have to see the Tommy picture. I do know what Butch Hartman looks like.
I'll show you the video eventually because it really is good. But like, it is such a fucking weird rabbit hole of just a dude who lies. Why? Like, why exactly? And the guy, turns out he didn't make the sound effect. There was a guy under him at his company named Joey Curris. And, like, obviously no one knows who the fuck Joey Curris is, even though he's still working in the game industry. He makes sound effects for fucking Fortnite now.
Neat.
Yeah, he's still working. And then Tommy is, like, a guy who rested on his laurels and he bought Intellivision, one of the old video game makers, like, back in Atari days, and tried to make the Amiga, a failed console that has not released in 4 years, even though he's got millions of dollars on crowdfunding and shit. So
what?
Exactly. It's a fucking console he tried to make, which is just bullshit. Like again, watch H Bomber guy's video. He goes into so much depth, literally well put together. But here's the other thing. H Bomber guy contacted Guinness World Records. Also, Guinness is not an official record keeper. They're a novelty book company. They don't even verify most of their shit. It's just fucking stupid fun. But when you're literally trying to say I got 7 Guinness World Records and it's all bullshit, still fuck you. Like you're still lying. And so when he went to go ask them where their proof was, like they kind of gave him a bullshit response that said, our records are not evidence based. And it's like, what? What do you mean not like that? That's such a great quote. But then when he went to go look up the records again because he needed visual proof because he kind of scribbled on one of them during the editing process, it was gone. He got one of them fucking removed by accident because they looked into it and were like, oh shit, he's right. This isn't a real record. He did not mean to do that. It was a complete fucking accident. And he's like, I fucking hate this because I literally didn't even mean to do that. I literally just wanted to know what the fucking oof sound effect came from, Turns out it didn't even come from Roblox. It came from a game that Joey and Tommy worked on called Messiah. But yeah, watch the fucking video. It's so fucking good. Oof. Yeah. So good, man. I just love this dude because he just puts so much effort into this shit. He's such a great entertainer too, with all his points and stuff. Like he just makes information really sound fun. And yeah, I really like the video. And fuck Tommy Tallarico for being a liar bullshit, man. It's just, man, you're not gonna watch this, but you had so much potential. You literally had it all. And you still felt the need to lie more about your stupid oh, here's another thing. He says he's the first American to work on Sonic the Hedgehog. And people were like, well, what game did you work on? Oh, Sonic and the Black Knight, which came out on the Wii in 2009. So you're kind of late to the party there, buddy. Also, what do you mean by you're the first American? Like the first American to like work on it? Because that's bullshit. Because people, Sonic 2, the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was made in America, so that's bullshit. If he means like the first musician to work on Sonic, that's also bullshit. Because like he even said like Michael Jackson, he said he had insider knowledge that Michael Jackson actually did work on Sonic the Hedgehog 3's music, which has been a big mystery in gaming. And it kind of got
so fire.
no, dude. It got pseudo confirmed that he actually did have some involvement in the fucking music of Sonic 3.
Savage, R.I.P. Michael Jackson.
Yeah. But even then, it was kind of said that maybe his other guys, like the team of Michael Jackson, did more of the work instead of him. But
Okay.
whatever. Again, that's another thing. Like crediting is important, and it deserves to be right. But yeah, like I love. I'm gonna steal a little joke from H. Bomber guy. He made this shit up. Like when he said, like if he thought he was the first American to actually do music for Sonic the Hedgehog, then he's been crushing too many 40s. Do you know what that's a reference to? Crush 40, the band, who did the music for Sonic, like Live and Learn, like that song. You know that song, right? From Sonic Adventure 2, like the fucking Supersonic and Shadow versus.
Was this the first game?
No, they also did.
No, the first Sonic Adventure game. That's what I mean.
No, they actually did the song. They did the main theme for that too, but that one was Open Your Heart. This one was like Live and Learn, Hanging on the Edge of Tomorrow.
Is that when like you're like on the rails, like when you're
Yeah, like remember when we played Sonic Generations?
Yeah.
When we did the Shadow Boss fight, I think it was a song that played during that. Hold on a second.
Because I know, isn't that like in San Francisco, right? Or like
that they made that. I think they made that song too. But that's a different song. Here, I'm a hold on. Like yeah, but they. Hold on. I don't want to get fucking copyright strike.
it's 10 seconds.
Yeah. This one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Crush 40 made that shit. So they're the ones who worked on it. So like, shut up, Tommy. Shut the fuck up. Like, Lily, you lying piece of shit. I'm so glad this is all out in the open.
You capping.
Yeah. Watch H. Bomber Guy's new video. Definitely worth a watch. Even if you're not into video games. If you just want to see a liar exposed, it's great. That's all for video games. Last two things we got on movies and TV. We're going to save the one on top for last. But I finished Atlanta.
The show by Donald Glover.
Yeah.
It was great.
It's great. Like, generally, it lived up to your hype. I really fucking liked it. Especially, season 4 had some really good episodes. I love the Tyler Perry parody one.
That one was funny.
Where, like, it's just a big fucking machine movie studio that's just pumping out this stupid shit. Dude, I get, like, some people complain, like, you know, they want more episodes with the crew instead of these weird one-off standalone episodes that follow completely new characters. I'm sorry, but, like,
they're really good.
I love the crew. I love whenever we focus on the other episodes of, like, you know, the people, you know, like the main squad, like, you know, Earn, Paperboy, Van.
Yeah.
Like, I love all those episodes. But my favorite episodes are the ones without them in it. So I'm sorry, but, like, that's just how it is. Like, I think it might be my favorite episode of the whole series, maybe.
The Goofy one?
Yes,
The Goofy one was fucking fire.
Holy shit.
So fucking funny.
Like, you can show that to somebody, and they would probably believe it.
I believed it.
Yeah, like, dude, what the fuck? It's just a fucking fake documentary on the making of a Goofy movie, and it's so well put together and just so played straight.
Who ordered the white rice?
Exactly. That's like, it's like
I
about...
just didn't get it.
Yeah, it's about like it's about a hypothetical future where, not hypothetical, but like a hypothetical timeline where a black man was elected to be CEO of Disney.
A young animator.
Yeah, and his first response, by accident, by the way.
Yeah, complete accident. Just because of the names.
Yeah, they they thought it was Thompson, but then it had like a fucking different spelling that was more, you know, black. So they fucked up and they elected him. And his first response, because this was about the LA riots too, and how frustrated he was. And he wanted to just make the blackest movie of all time with the blackest Disney character you can think of.
Goofy.
Yes, and for those who don't know, out of the main trio of Disney characters, I love Goofy the most. Goofy has a soft spot in my heart. I'm not even gonna lie. Goofy movie is probably like top 3 favorite Disney movies of all time. Just instant classic. So can go back to it anytime. Genuinely,
I think
really.
Donald's my favorite, just because he's the fucking the wild card.
Yeah, and he's so pissed off all the time.
And he's just mad all the time.
Donald's my second favorite.
Donald literally has like, give or take, let's say like 85%. He's right about being mad.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he fucks up, dude. Donald fucks up. He folds.
Like, but bro, he's literally taking care of his 3 nephews.
Yeah, and he's a veteran.
Yeah.
He's in the Navy.
Also, he's a fucking, like, actual god in Kingdom Hearts.
Mickey, I have, like, mixed emotions on Mickey.
I, like...
Just because, like...
He's the corporate symbol.
Yeah.
Donald and Goofy get kind of, like, away from that, because they're not literally the face of the company. They're not the face on the Disney Channel that stares at you. That's... Okay, sorry. Side tangent. If you want another video to watch, check out Defunctland's Disney Channel theme video. It's another kind of documentary style. He goes into who actually made it, and it's a really great, well-put-together documentary that has a really beautiful and poignant message on the work of art and, like, crediting people. Again, like H. Bomber Guy's video. Super good. Just wanted to shout that out again. I forgot to put it on the board, but check out Defunctland's Disney Channel theme video. But yeah, no, Goofy and Donald do get kind of, like, away from being the corporate symbol, so they get more of a pass.
Yeah.
But, like, Mickey's funny. Like, Mickey has those new Mickey cartoons, like the, what happened? Where that shit comes from. Those are genuinely really funny. I've watched, like, a lot of those, and they're all, like, fucking hilarious. But he is the corporate symbol. Like, just like Bart said in the Simpsons movie, I'm the mascot of an evil corporation who now owns the Simpsons.
Yeah.
So, irony?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Goofy movie. Like, this is about Atlanta. We totally just lost the plot, but yeah. In the last episode was really good. I love the second to last episode where it's just Paperboy on his farm.
The safe farm.
Yeah.
They're always making Paperboy go through something.
The literal episode description. And it's another great, not like a standalone episode because it does follow one of the main cast, but it's just mainly Paperboy for the whole thing, just doing his own shit. And then the last one's kind of a Darius episode, but it also, I feel like it ends in a way where they could pick it up if they want to do more. But if they do end it here at 4 seasons,
that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I got enough out of this show. If they feel like they want to do more.
Like, they already did it.
Yeah.
Season 1 and 2 is literally the grind.
Yeah.
Trying to fucking blow up and be famous.
And then season 3 is
They did it. They're on fucking the European tour. Just straight acid trip. And then season 4 is just the continuation on the main cast.
Yeah.
Like, they're rich. Paperboy, he's rich.
He's successful.
He's a successful rapper. Earn is a fucking, he has his own management company, dude. Like, they made it. Darius, he's just the friend that, Darius is the friend that you take with after blowing up.
He's your best boy.
Yeah, he's the homie, dude. Like,
he like in that last episode, he just saved their asses and got on Popeye. Like, what a fucking true friend.
The new Popeye sandwich.
Yeah, like, literally, they're in a fucking restaurant and they just want Popeyes. Like, they're in this fancy, nice restaurant, they just want Popeyes.
The first black-owned sushi restaurant, like, authentic, like, real sushi, for those who know. I have a vague understanding of it because I don't like sushi, I don't like fish, I don't like mariscos. For those who don't know, mariscos is just seafood in Spanish. You know, like, this guy was like, this guy, or the owner, like, he was trained, he went to Japan to learn the art of sushi, making sushi, preparing it, all that jazz, in an authentic sushi restaurant. And he, like, points out, like, this clear biases just in general.
You think that black woman it's actually her recipe? It's a goddamn Italian man.
His family.
And they don't even live in They don't even live in New Orleans. They live in fucking New Jersey.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
And he I guess it's like pretty much like a soliloquy, and like
he was making some good points, but as soon as he says lock the door, I would have like freaked out too.
Yeah. He's like all afternoon you guys have been staring out the window, looking at the Popeyes, and like. Because, like, some of the sushi, not cooks
Yeah, I think sushi cooks.
or whatever they're called.
Like the person that cooks your food is just a cook to me.
Okay.
I guess there is like a special word for it. If
I'm sorry if I'm wrong.
Nah,
But anyways, like they're like complaining like because like these guys don't have like aren't wearing gloves, you know, like sanitary.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the owner, he goes off. He's like, dude, in Japan, like real authentic sushi, like the cooks don't wear gloves. Like it's all hand rolled like with your bare hands. And he's just like, oh, like. Just, it's a nice soliloquy, but
Yeah.
as soon as dude says lock the doors, yeah, I was like, oh hell no.
But then Darius came in clutch.
Yeah, he just came in, socked him, and he's like, let's go, 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 and then they peeled out in a pink Maserati.
And then like under their seats was fucking Popeyes.
You're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Shout out to Darius, he's a G.
Yeah. Not the way I thought the show had ended, but you know what? I'm not mad either. It's genuinely check out Atlanta. Like each season's only like 10 episodes long. I think one of them was 11, but like whatever. Yeah, it's a great show. I recommend it. It's got some weird shit in it. It's got some weird episodes, but like those weird episodes, stick with it. I'm telling you, it's some of my favorite television I've seen in a while. And it's really hard for me to watch like live action shows these days, guys. And I fucking love this one. That should fucking be a testament to how much I recommend it. Shout out to Donald Glover and the whole cast, man. You all did a fantastic job.
Yeah, you guys are dope.
Bro, like when you pointed out that the Tyler Perry dude, like not really Tyler Perry, but like the guy, Mr. Chocolate, who runs the fucking movie studio, was actually played by Donald Glover. I'm like, ah, shit. I love it when actors do that kind of shit, bro. And I couldn't tell at first, but then after a while, I was like, oh yeah, it's definitely Donald Glover. Yeah.
A lot of Easter eggs.
Yeah.
You have to really pay attention to get them.
Yeah.
A lot of memes. You'll get it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically the last of the news, except for like the one kind of sad one we gotta talk about, and then we're gonna end this because I didn't want to bum everybody out. If you've seen any pop culture news, you're probably aware that Jason David Frank, more better known as Tommy Oliver in Power Rangers, for like the whole series, the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, all that shit.
He's not the Red Ranger, right? He's just the green and white.
He was the Red Ranger. Okay, let me go over his old roles. He was the Green Ranger in Mighty Morphin. He became the White Ranger in Mighty Morphin after he lost the powers. He became the Red Zeo Ranger when they changed seasons.
Yeah.
And then he became the Red Turbo Ranger, but then not pawned off, but like, passed the torch onto the new cast to become the Turbo Rangers. And then he became the Black Dino Ranger in Dino Thunder a bunch of years later.
Yep.
Those are all his like roles.
Okay.
And sadly, he passed away.
Is it still ruled as a suicide?
To my knowledge, yes.
R.I.P. man. Childhood, bro. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, bro. Fuck.
Like, and they made we've seen that shit. They showed reruns of Mighty Morphin all the time and shit. So like, and even then, Dino Thunder, and even then, he was a big part of the series. Like, literally, he made cameos all the time. Like, it was impossible not to know him if you watched that shit. And like the fact that man was struggling, we didn't know. If that is the case, we could be wrong. We'll update you guys if we do find out. But like, yeah, man, like that sucks because like you gotta know, like people, like the fans loved you, man, and all that. But you never know what people are really fighting inside.
Yeah.
It could be like you could have the greatest life, and then you just, you feel like meaningless on the inside or some shit. We don't know what caused it really.
I'm sorry, I forget his name. It's like the Linkin Park head singer.
Chester.
R.I.P.
Yeah, it's like
he had everything. He had a wife. He had kids. A beautiful life. Very stable income. He was the American dream.
Yeah.
But you never know.
You never know what people are going through and shit.
Yeah,
and
man.
to that we just want to say if you're listening to this and
better
you're
better help.
Yeah. Or just any therapist in general, or just like talking to people, like you're not alone in your struggles. Like I can say it. I've dealt with depression too in my life. Shit sucks sometimes. There's days where I just feel like bleh. Like I don't want to do anything. Like I just I'm upset for no reason and it sucks. But like
existing is pain sometimes.
Yeah, but it's all like this is like a dumb line, but like it's like life is tragic and hilarious,
That's
and
what
like
it is.
it's good and bad, and you gotta
the highs and the lows.
Yeah, But if you're listening to this and, if you're struggling,
If you're a man,
if you're a man,
this specifically say this towards the men right now, because Jason David Frank is a man. But yeah, dude, like people don't give a fuck about men's mental health, and it sucks. I know we talk about like, you know, the norm. Yeah, like it's okay to talk. You know how people say,
Yeah.
it's okay to like reach out, but in the end, bro, people do not give a fuck about men's mental health.
That was even an episode in Atlanta when Ern was talking to his therapist.
We're supposed to get our asses kicked.
Yeah.
And just let it happen, and just when life is gonna kick your ass, it's up to you to whether to get back up and continue or just lay there.
Yeah.
But overall, man, it's sad. It's really, really sad that they like. It's for show. I think sometimes, like most of the time, like us men, we're just supposed to get our asses kicked, dehumanized, just stripped away from our like basic human emotions. We're just not supposed to feel.
You're not supposed to cry.
You're not supposed to cry.
You're a pussy if you cry.
You're a bitch. You're a pussy, bro. Man the fuck up. But hey, man, to my man out there, bro, it's okay. It's okay to ask for help, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it doesn't make you weak. If anything, it just makes you stronger because you're willing to accept that, like, I can't do this on my own.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes you think you have the tools to climb each mountain, but sometimes you're just stuck on that one, and you're just fucked. You're drowning.
Yeah.
It feels like you're drowning.
Yeah.
And you just keep sinking. It's okay to ask for help, man. When you vent, it's not necessarily to when you vent, man, you don't want your problems to be solved. When you vent, if that's what you're expecting, that's not what it is, man.
But it's also good to just get it off your chest.
To vent is just to fucking
let it out.
Like,
put it into words what you're feeling.
Yeah, just let it out, man, just to get it out of your body, dude, because as men, we're just supposed to bottle our emotions until they explode, dude, and then...
Yeah.
Men are most likely to commit suicide than women, We're not saying that women don't.
Yeah, and again, women's mental health is just as important, you know? But, there is a stigma against, men getting mental health that's, oh, you're a pussy or whatever the fuck. And, another point I want to make is that, if you are dealing with something and this podcast or whatever you watch in your meantime gives you, a reprieve, that's good. I want that. Think about him. Think about all the kids that maybe didn't have the best home life.
Yeah, dude.
And, for a moment of time, they can escape and watch their fucking hero, the Green Power Ranger, kick some ass.
Yeah, dude.
And to know that that guy was struggling probably hurts those kids. It hurts me for sure.
Yeah, dude.
But if anything, this podcast can do good. If it makes you forget about, real life and just lets you breathe, lets you be happy for a second, or lets you be entertained, that's the greatest fucking compliment I can ever get. That's all that matters, that's why I kind of want to do this. That's why I listen to shit. It helps me not think about the bad stuff and just kind of helps put things in perspective. It helps just gets my head unclouded and I can think clearly again. It's not the same for everybody, everybody struggles different, but you just gotta keep going, keep moving forward.
Keep walking, bro.
And always remember that you're never alone.
You're not alone.
Even if you might be alone for now, it's not always going to stay that way.
Yeah, dude.
Just because it's dark now doesn't mean the light doesn't shine.
Facts.
And that's all we wanted to say.
Yeah, man. Honestly, bro, there's nothing wrong with wanting to go see a therapist. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Me, myself, personally, will I ever do that? I don't know. I just feel like...
Because, you're not in, a bad space right now or anything, but it's something I kind of want to do eventually in my life. Just, maybe, once or whatever, see what it's like. That sounds kind of weird, but, I think it's something that you should try at least once. Even if you aren't struggling right now, it is good to, just talk to somebody who kind of knows what's up. Or, But even then, like, that's the other shitty thing. Like, not a lot of people are becoming therapists and stuff like that. There's such a high demand, and that can also be a problem too. But that doesn't mean there's no hope. That doesn't mean there's no help out there.
My way of dealing with it is just taking shrooms, bro, and do the inner work myself. You know, no microdosing. Microdosing's for pussies. Take the whole eighth. Shroom. The thing with psychedelics, take it easy, but take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
You're not alone, guys.
We love you.
We love you. If you feel like no one does, just know that we do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's all we wanted to say. You know, we'll have more World Cup and all that shit news probably next 2 weeks. Keep an eye out. Love you guys. Have a great night.